now gonna receive ELAWIATR that should arrive in 1 minute. And while we're looking for wait a minute. There you go. Yes. So sorry, there's been a little cut. I put myself back. She presented a video in the Audioblast exhibition this year, and we are waiting for her to arrive. I'm gonna put a photo of her work here. There you go. So that's an extract of a video, and basically, there you go.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
How are you? I cannot see you. There's only. Okay.
Yes, I put. I started to put your. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
I started to put an image of your video.
Great.
Of your
I came at 3:55 p.m. exactly. So.
Very good.
Yeah.
You're looking great.
Thank you.
So,
I wanted to say, I don't know. You are French, right?
Yes, I am French.
So I should say bonjour.
Yes.
To all our Nnantes fans, I'm super excited to meet you all. Enchanté.
Ciao.
Yeah, ciao. How it's going now?
It's going fine. We already have like 3 people on the panel with 3 different projects. And yes, how do you want to proceed? Do you want to talk about your work and your approach? And then if there's questions, we could work on that.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I want to ask, because, North Italy to France is not so far, as we know. So, or I will arrive very soon, or next time we see each other in Nantes, or somewhere in between. I don't know, like, I don't know, in Metaverse maybe. And we will talk about masks, okay?
Or in Milano. You're based in Milano, no?
Yes. But, nowadays I'm based in all over the world. In New Renaissance, there is no boundaries. So we are like nomads right now, right? Digital. We can be in any place in the world and we can connect. So it's perfect.
Absolutely.
Yes, but however, I think that the masks are very important because it protects us from electrosmoke, and from all art viruses, which is super important in the present times, because you never know who is observing you and which influences, like which transmissions are going through your body, through your mind, through your heart. We should, protect this precious in us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and those wavelengths, they honestly going through us from many devices. Not only from humans, but from many devices. And I don't know if you noticed, but 5G, it seems like it's already reading our minds. Like, if you think about something and you are not talking about it with no one, and then you see, on the Google or somewhere else, like the ad. How it's possible if I never talk about it, and tell me, have you ever noticed this?
Well, the fact that the 5G's interacted with my brain and brings some. Yes, I think it does with electricity too. In the basic 50 hertz, you could hear voices, and in the beginning of the talk, I explained that radio was used to listen to ghosts.
Okay, keep going.
So there is a frequency around the 14 megahertz that allow you to communicate with the dead, and to hear it.
Interesting.
It's a theory about it, and that's why it was interesting neuro relation to the frequencies and the frequencies of the world, of the universe.
Very interesting concept. And did you discover something like, personal meeting?
No, I'm not a ghost hunter, as per se, but it is.
I don't know you personally yet, so I don't know.
No, I know. We're just chatting.
Yes, for now.
And but there is a lot of researcher that have been doing books and recording, talking to the dead people. It's called EVP, electromagnetic voice phenomena.
Wow.
You see, so you somehow the 5G. What does 5G does? I have no idea, but it's probably talking to somehow something in the universe.
Yes, this is superpower, right? So if they can read our minds, it's better to be a good person, with the pure soul and heart. So then you don't have, you don't have to be afraid about your own thoughts, right? But what I want, to tell you, what I love about this festival, is the fact that it's all about this new Renaissance poetry, which I believe this kind of futuristic radio can somehow unify all humanity, especially with our current situation in the world. Like I cannot, I cannot understand how it's possible that there is somewhere war in 2022. It's shocking. So I strongly, I believe that we can create in art, in sound art, specific vibration, the new Renaissance one, which can transform our reality. It's very important to move with the art through the territory, where we are one, and there is a peace in the world, because I believe that only the artists have this power to unify all nations. Like in our times, it's crazy, honestly, because like I would never thought that it's possible. It's like in present time where it should be peace, we should only be concentrating about creation, about creating the new world, and still we have this low frequency vibration, in my opinion, which shows our state of our spirit. So probably we should speak with with those dead people with this algorithm you said before, and gain this ancient knowledge, which is very important to proceed with the future, with the bright future, because I think that in previous times we were more future orientated than we are now. I don't know if you are interested in ancient architecture, for example, or ancient music. Do you?
Personally?
Yes, obviously.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been looking at instruments in cave in prehistoric time for a religion.
And
in the
what
south.
vibration? What vibration did you feel? Like, did you feel something?
Oh yeah, it was.
Have you felt like not that you are only near to the important monument, but like specific vibration frequency?
Well, the thing is that it was like a museum, so you had to go, but it was interesting because it's one of those grottes in south of France where they discover.
Yeah.
And so it was, you had people and you could visit, and you could not access that part where the vibration of the stalactites and where they were doing religious sounds, but I was exciting, and it was really like an experience, you see. But you need to spend more time to feel the energy, definitely. But this is the connection with the prehistoric time towards Baroque music, for example, the vibrations or the voice in religions towards so
the new Renaissance sound art, which I presented because I'm the protagonist of new Renaissance art, and it's based on artist who is the art at the same time. So we are all art and artists. This is very important concept about future and present in art, because before art was what artists created. And if you think about this, that you as artists are creating something, this art comes from you. So you are this art. So we are the art, And with this concept, you can feel that your life is art. Like, we are not doing just one field of art, which is, I don't know, sound music. Like, every single thought, feeling, moment is art. So, that's why you can appreciate our lives with this ottica in Italiano, with this, view. It's very important, and I thought, that I answered all questions already with the interview on the catalog.
Yes.
And I think we should talk about French cuisine, because string theory could be based on Italian spaghetti. So I'm curious about what's going on with the French,
The French.
with the French cuisine, because I'm semi-vegetarian, but I have to claim
You're
that,
vegetarian but no vegan.
no, listen, semi-vegetarian, but with one exception, which is foie gras, and it's one of my favorites. Yes, and
that's a wrong frequency.
I
definitely.
know this is like, I always try to think that no, it's not what I'm thinking, and I'm really like. I even if I when I'm in very very fancy restaurant and I see this on menu, I suffer not to order. But I'm trying to develop myself to to switch maybe to butter croissant or quiche, which is buonissimo always, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're right in some ways. People could read the catalog; it's full of ideas, and I think. We could go in phases, but I would say the metaverse is the French camembert,
Interesting.
So you have to
Not
think
mozzarella.
about yes, and the baguette, if you want, the baguette is the extension of the universe.
Okay, so
there's
a line. You mean
people making giant baguettes like Spend, and it Spend when it cooks, So
Italians are doing, long pasta, like a long pasta, or even pizza. They can do long for making new records. So we can compare this to the string theory,
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm the best French guy because I'm half Italian,
Ok, parliamo italiano?
Sì, io parlo italiano, ma
come ma?
la mia nonna è italiana. Sì,
ok, allora certamente sei un italiano doc.
Sì, va bene.
Yes, but how do you speak so well English? Come on.
Oh, I live in London and stuff like that. But I'm not important. What's important is what you say about the cooking, because
this is the most important.
I born in Marseille, and we have this conversation with the family that the best pizza are in Marseille, and the bigger, and the biggest.
The biggest, which is like how big? Can I eat it by my own? In 1 minute?
I can't show it on the screen, it's so big. It's
you
bigger
can send
than
me after, private.
But if there is bigger pizza in Italy, I want to know where.
Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm very picky about food. So in Milan, I spot just 2 places, which is perfect for pizza. And originally it's from Naples. So
Okay.
The restaurant is like you are entering in the center of Milan, like you are entering the Napoli. It's quite interesting. So it's like almost like metaverse, right? Like you don't know where you are sometimes.
I know. Anyway,
Yes.
but
Let's talk about new Renaissance art sound of spheres.
yeah, because
Right?
this new Renaissance and everyone
Yes.
being an artist.
Yes.
Because I was introducing the futurists
Okay.
in the conference and talking about the Russian invading Ukraine, and then seeing that 100
Crazy.
years ago, they
Yes.
also had in the 1914, 1918, the First World War, and then after in the 18 to 1920, they had the Spanish flu pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like 100 years recurrency, coming back on us.
I would even say, sorry to interrupt you,
Oh, no,
that
go on then, go on.
Ukraine has particular position of Saturn retrograde, which means that last 30 years are years to see if they develop themselves enough. It's like, Saturn is an archetype of father, of God, of somebody who is always watching. So what did you do for past 30 years? Now you have, or present or gift about your well behavior, or you are in great risk of losing everything. And it's not like, the war happens by one day. In my opinion, they were preparing war or coronavirus or anything in certain time. It's nothing like like this. Nothing happened like this, and at the same time everything happened like this, because if we live in quantum theory, in quantum physics, quantum mechanics, so it's this theory is based on that that everything is like in one point, right? And in this point you have strings, you have waves, like, and there's no time. So it's hard to say that there's white or black, there's this or that, but we can somehow calculate through astrology, for example, as I said before, something which show you the potential of situation which we are living right now. And what we can do, in my opinion, again, as an artist, as an artist, is not to fight, but to find a way to higher frequencies in the world. Because if we are on the higher frequency, the world will respond, with the higher frequency as well. Like, I can strongly, highly recommend you the David Hawkins. I don't know if you know it. It's not Stephen Hawkins. It's David, and he presented the scale of consciousness. Is super interesting, and you can read about him. You can read his books. You can listen his records, and then you understand on which level we are, on the fear, on the war, on the suffering, which is very low frequency. If we go further to saint people, for example, like I don't know, like Jesus Christ, Krishna, Buddha, so on, they had so powerful energy that the people want to gather through them to just be near this energy, because this energy is a love, is a peace, is acceptance, is willingness, is everything. So again, in 2022, we should be, free, totally free, and have this peace to create. As you know, the pyramid of Maslow. If we don't have base, we cannot go up. And our dimension of our life should go to the self-actualization. If we are fighting, how can we, have time and peace to create. It's impossible, because when we are creating, we need to be in the peace, is in inner peace. Even if we are suffering, I don't know, somehow about heartbreaking or whatever, we need to feel safe in our environment to create. So we should go up, not down, with all our development.
So
otherwise we are backwarding all the time.
How are you doing that? On everyday life basis, how do you synchronize?
I'm wearing sunglasses every day, which is,
It never rains in Milan?
No. It's never rain. Wherever I am, never rain. How I'm doing this. I think that, and I feel that we need to harmonize our thoughts with our feelings, how we talk, and how we walk. Everything should be one. We cannot think about something and then speaking about something in a different way. We have to be coherent, and to have this solid self, we need to always breathe art, the new Renaissance art. So with every choice, with every thought, see the possibility to increase, to expand, to find new ways. This is super important. So for example, ELAWIATR, myself, spends her time like there is no time. So at the same time, I'm reading, 22 books, and the same time, near to my bed, I can see you photograph how it looks, with so many fields. Then I realize that the inner truth is inside us. Like, we cannot be based on somebody's opinion, on the medicine, on the news, on the even art. It's important to have our own new Renaissance art, your personal, because you are the individual and you are unique. So your own thoughts are the most important, your own feelings, because it came from you, So like any person is so important in the world, because everybody, like every single person, has its own unique talents to discover. It's just, what is important to switch, change, evolve. All we have to do revolution about system we live in. Like in the schools, I was in many art schools, academies of fine arts. And I have to tell you that it's incredible. Like, they want to repress your own self in art schools. Before, I was in normal school, primary schools, secondary schools. But, I thought that when I will go to Academy of Fine Arts, which is like synonym of absolute freedom, then you can realize your full potential. And no, there are many teachers who are not artists, and they are not developing their own self. So they try to put the boundaries on their students. So I quit like 3 academies of fine arts, because when I was presenting, it was far from the point where they are, where they want to be, because they want to be in the history of art, not the new art. We are doing the new art, new history of art.
You just open a whole box for me, because
I'm always like this.
I teach 10 years in art schools and fine art, and I had a disagreement with a lot of teachers exactly for those reasons. And
I already love you.
I quit, and then I'm not teaching there anymore because I agree.
That's why you are here, because probably
Yeah.
they will be so jealous, envy that you are presenting something, you know, new that you couldn't, you know, live there with them, because or you
Because they
are
don't
like
do,
all of them.
exactly. They
It's
don't do anything
crazy.
anymore. They stop. They're just being teacher. They teach people, students, art without being artists themselves.
100%, 100,
And then you're
and
like,
yes, you're absolutely right. And now we have to ask the question: how teachers who stop being an artist or never been, how they can teach new artists, new potential, if they are not by their own, if they are not open, wide open about any ideas, because art has no boundaries.
exactly.
It's a trend, so they are teaching a trend. It's horrible, because after that, so many artists, they don't have a job. Why? Because they thought that the life will be a trend. They are not presenting nothing new, and they are all the same. And I was always telling to those students, you know, my colleagues, like, you abandoned your authentic self, you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
because you wanted to fit in, because you want to have a good mark. For example, I remember when I won the first competition, national, in the painting, and then Academy of Fine Arts, the professors gave me 0 for the painting, telling that I'm supposed to, you know, to be normal student. I'm, you know, you shouldn't take any competition, because they never won any, you know.
Exactly.
It's so the system has to be changed. So only, in my opinion, an artist who gain the full potential, full realization, so or that every step to fulfill himself or herself can teach. In other words, it means that when you feel that you are ready to teach, because you did all steps possible, you know, and then in your work as an artist, then you can teach. Otherwise, you cannot teach, you know, because you are not prepared. Probably those teachers are still students, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, completely.
They never cross boundaries to study art in the different ways. You know, they never.
It's exactly what you say, because when I was teaching the students in the first years, I was opening them to sound and Intermedia and videos and different form of
It was
art.
too much.
No, they love it. Most of them, they love it, and they embrace it because they're ready for it. But then, third, fourth years, then they have the older men and old people
system again,
that
conservative.
not artists anymore. Old in the mind, it's not old, you know. But and they were like, say, okay, now this is finished. You're gonna pass the diploma, and to pass the diploma, you have to be a normal classic artist that do the thing in the right box and not go and change the world. Clearly not. Sorry.
You know, kisses for them, because they are lost, you know. It's like karma. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do that. Karma will fund them. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm compassionate, you know, I'm very sorry for them. I always been, because I'm where I am, and they, you know, and you created this amazing platform that now we can even communicate and speak about the, you know, every kind of field about art. And if you would be this teacher, now it's better like to be the teacher as you are now, you know, now, because now you are presenting the new way of thinking. This is the new kind of teacher, and you are free. No one can tell you what you have to do.
Yes, exactly.
It's amazing.
Hey, Henriette, thank you very much. We're gonna go to the next artist. They
Okay.
are in US, in California, I think.
Yeah. You
And,
know that we didn't speak about video art so much, but you
it
know,
doesn't matter,
art.
it's the first meeting. The exhibition is running for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's well attended, and people are reacting like in a very good way. And so
Perfect.
it's just the first meeting. Don't worry
Mhm.
about it.
Mhm. You know, art is very personal, so we have to trust and honor our truth in new Renaissance art. It's
Yeah,
very important. And remember about self-actualization, our self-awareness.
all the time.
Every single moment is art. So, ciao, ciao.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
merci.
Ciao.
Bye.
Grazie mille.
Grazie.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.